Well, good Friday evening to y'all. It's Dan. I want to welcome y'all to my home in the sticks. Lord of mercy, it's a little chilly up in this dang shop. But you know what? Been thinking about it. How we're gonna do this sausage making video. So give me a second and we're gonna jump right off into it. Alright y'all, come on, let's get after it. What I'm going to tell you is the reason why I said it's quite chilly in the shop is because we want it cold. We want this meat to stay cold, especially when we're processing it. Boston butts that I had bought, we fitting to get all the meat off of this Boston butt, the usable meat, and that's what we're going to use to process it and make it into sausage. So I'm going to point you down. Here's one of our Boston butts. It's about 9 pounds, and what I will tell you is we're going to need a sharp knife and something to sharpen the knife with, because when we cut through this fat, it's going to dull this knife real quick. So we have a sharpener. So let's get with it. Here's our Boston butt. Here is the bone right here. So let's start cutting this Boston butt off. And it's a really good marbled meat. So that's going to work out real fine. All we're going to do is we're going to slice it into pieces that we think that can fit into the grinder. By no means a butcher or anything like that, but I could follow this bone pretty good. Okay, there's our bone, and of course we're going to get all this usable meat off the bone, and this is what we are left with. So all we're going to do is, and we're going to leave this fat cap on there because we want that. This is all of our usable meat. We are going to attempt to get 4 pounds of Boston butt to put in our sausage. Now, as far as the video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the video in sections because, for one, it is a lot of preparation to get the sausage going. It's going to take, a minute to do it. So I'm just going to break it up into little bitty sections just to show you what I'm doing. So this is the first step. We got to cut up our Boston butt and get it ready to go in the grinder. So give me a couple of seconds and then we'll jump off into the next step. All right, y'all, we're gonna move into step 2, and that is gonna require us to ground. And what I've done is I measured out exactly 4 pounds of Boston butt. This is 4 pounds. And what I have done is I put this Boston butt in the freezer just to let it chill and stiffen up a little bit. And what I also did is this grinding head, and I put it in the freezer and let it get cold. It's been sitting in the freezer probably about 2 hours. I don't know if you can see the frost on it. The reason why I'm doing all of this is because I want the meat to be cold. I always want the meat to be cold, especially when you're grinding. You want your meat to be cold because it's going to grind so much better. So what we're going to do is we're going to grind this Boston butt up first. So let's grind. And we are grinding with the coarse plate. I want to say it's a 7mm plate. All right, now what we're going to do, that's all our Boston butt that we're going to grind up. I'm going to go into the deep freeze, and I am going to get the fatback that we're going to add into this mixture. And this mixture, again, is 4 pounds of Boston butt, and we're going to use 2 pounds of fatback for the pork green onion sausage. So give me a second, and we'll get to grinding that other stuff. All right, and what I have here is 2 pounds of fat back. So we're gonna add this into the grinder, and we're gonna add this into our Boston butt. So let's get to grinding on that. This is gonna be easy. If you notice, I cut it up into long strips because it's gonna be easy to feed down in there. That is the fat back that has been ground up into the Boston butt. And I'm gonna show you a little trick. Let's get a couple of pieces of bread. You're gonna have some sausage that is be stuck in this portion of the grinding head. You just add a couple of pieces of bread into your grinder just to push that product out. It's not really gonna hurt if you a little bit of bread gets in your sausage. Ain't gonna hurt. Ain't nobody gonna know. So we'll just take 2 pieces of wheat bread and we'll grind them in there too. And you got a little bit of bread coming out, and that's fine. So this is going to be step 2 into making the pork green onion sausage, and this is what we ended up with. So give me a second. I'm going to show you the spice mix that we are going to use to make our green onion sausage, and we'll rock on from there. So give me a second. All right, y'all, I actually have that Boston butt and fatback mixture in the deep freeze. I'm just going to let it chill probably for about 15-20 minutes. But while it's in the deep freeze, I'm going to spin y'all around. I'm going to show you what the dry and the wet ingredients are that we're going to put in the green onion sausage. What we have here is 2 cups of onion, 2 cups of green onions, about a cup of chopped celery, half a cup of parsley. Now all of this stuff is chopped fine. Let me show you the other ingredients. I have a 1/4 cup of garlic, 2 tablespoons of cayenne pepper, 2 tablespoons of salt, 1 tablespoon of thyme, and this is a 1/4 cup of fresh cracked black pepper. What I also want to show you is this over here. Here is our natural hog casings. I have them soaking in water, and I have washed these hog casings 3 times under water. So give me a second, and we're gonna mix up the green onion sausage in the mixer. I actually have someone working the camera for me. Say hi.
Hi.
She's been working the camera for me. So give me a second, and we're gonna start mixing up some meat. All right, y'all. Here is our Boston butt and our fatback. It's been chilling for a while. What we're gonna do is we're gonna add this meat, and it's been chilling real good. We're gonna add this into the mixer. Put all our meat. I'm gonna set this off to the side, and we are gonna add all of our seasonings in here. Let's get it all in there. Our dry stuff in. And what I have here is I actually have a 1/4 cup of ice cold water. We're going to add this into the mix, and the reason why we're going to do that is the ice cold water is actually going to help the fatback stay congealed. It's not going to get mushy, and it's also going to make the sausage moist. So we are going to add in about a 1/4 cup of cold water. Let's get to grinding and mixing. We're going to do this probably for about 3 or 4 minutes, and we're also going to reverse it. We want everything to get mixed in really well. Lord of mercy, y'all, I'm going to tell you, it smells good. You see what I'm doing, you get the gist of what I'm doing. I mixed up just a little bit more, but what I'm going to tell you is I like to go by the 10-minute rule on mixing meat. This thing is ice cold. Meat was cold when I put it in there, and when you add that 1/4 cup of cold water, it just keeps this meat cool. The 10-minute rule is you want to mix this meat for, I don't know, 5 or 6 minutes, but no longer than 10 minutes, because what we don't want is we don't want this meat to get warm or hot. And another reason why I like using a mix is if you mix with your hands are warm, which means it's going to warm that meat up, and that's not what we want to do. So we're going to mix it up just a few more minutes. We're going to put it back in a deep freeze and let it chill for a little while longer. And then we're going to add it into the sausage stuffer, and we're going to jump into the next step. So give me a second. All right, what I forgot to tell you is we're actually going to take a couple of patties. I'm going to take a little bit of this meat out of this mixer. I'm going to make some patties, and we are going to test it. We're going to fry the meat off, and we're going to test it just to make sure that the seasonings are correct. I believe they are, but that's going to be the next step. We're actually going to do a little taste test on the meat. So give me a second. All right, y'all, we are frying up some samplers of the green onion sausage. Ooh-wee, it smells amazing. But once it gets finished, we can give it a taste test. So give me a second. All right, y'all, we're done fried off the sausage. Look at there. They're pretty good. Real good taste. And then again, this is a savory green onion pork sausage. Give me a second, and we're gonna move into I believe, the last step. All right, y'all, we are at the second to last step. We have our hopper filled with the green onion pork sausage. The next thing we need to do is we're gonna take these natural hog casings and we're gonna wind them up on this funnel right here. What we're gonna do is we are just gonna stretch them over this funnel. As a matter of fact, before we do that, let's go on and wet this funnel down. Lord, no rude comments now, because I know what y'all thinking. Look at there. We'll just cut these bad boys like right here. Because what we're gonna do is we are actually gonna tie a knot in this guy. Let's go on and fill this thing up with a little bit of product. Okay, who's gonna crank?
Me.
We're gonna roll with it. Okay, you see how slow I'm going? All right. Go ahead, give it a little bit more. Oh yeah, that's looking good. Okay, go ahead. A little bit more, go on. Now I'm not holding any pressure on anything. Let's see, look at there.
Yeah, I can jump rope with that sausage.
Can you?
Yeah.
Right there. Can you tie that? All right, y'all, there you go. That's, I don't know how long that is. Look at there. We stuffed some sausage. First time I've ever done this with my own equipment. I'm also probably gonna go on and twist off some links on this roll. So give me a second and I'll bring you right back. All right, y'all, we are done with the green onion pork sausage. I'm gonna point you down. I forgot to shoot a little bit of video on how I actually twist the sausage up, but I'm gonna point you down. I'm gonna show you how I did it. All I did is on this sausage, oop, man, that ain't good. All I did was on these sausage links, when you are filling them up, you're gonna twist one. Let me get down to the end. Here's the beginning. All we're gonna do is, all I did was I twisted it one way. I twisted it to the left. The next link, I'm gonna twist it to the right. Go to the next one, twist it to the left. Next one, twist it to the right. That's pretty much all I did. There's actually a way if you really want to link these guys up and make a little pretty, I don't know, sausage link rope, something or other, but I didn't do that. This is what we ended up with. Isn't that pretty? I bet you that's what, we'll just say safely 12 pounds of green onion sausage, and I'm here to tell you, it's delicious. I want to show y'all, you and y'all, how we did this green onion sausage. I'm gonna stick these guys in the refrigerator and let them sit overnight. Once this sausage actually sets up, I can take these links and just cut them and make them into individual links. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna vacuum seal 1 or 2 of these links per bag. And whenever we want some green onion sausage, there you go. That's what we're gonna have. Y'all, I appreciate you coming along with me, making this homemade green onion sausage. I'm gonna put the ingredient list in the description. If you make your own sausage, y'all need to give this a try because it's gonna be really good. It's gonna be some showing off fine eating. So y'all, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. The thumbs up really help. If you haven't subscribed to the Home and Six channel, y'all need to come on over here and give me a look now because I'm like really always doing something. And with that being said, don't let nobody dull your shine. And I mean nobody. You get your shine on, especially when you're making some green onion sausage. And old Dan will see you and y'all in the next video.